Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 bum.
Good evening, class. Does anybody know what we're learning today?
Oh, are we going to learn how to fly?
No, not today, Neville.
I went ahead in the Transfiguration textbook. Are we going to learn about cell division?
That is correct, Hermione. Now, class, there are two different types of cell division, mitosis and binary fission. Mitosis is a type of cell division that occurs in eukaryotic cells when genetic material is copied from the original cell. In other words, the original cell and new cell would both contain 46 chromosomes and the same organelles. Mitosis mainly occurs in organelles that go through growth, development, and asexual reproduction. Does anybody know what asexual reproduction is?
Well, it's when an offspring is formed from one parent and not two.
Very good, Hermione. Unlike mitosis, though, binary fission occurs in prokaryotic cells. Here's an example. Engorgio! Here is a cell. Who can tell me what kind of cell this is?
It is a bacterium cell. Bacteria are prokaryotic.
Correct. 10 points for Gryffindor. As you can see, this bacterium has a plasma membrane, and inside is the DNA.
Wait, what is this whole thing called?
We just said it. It's called
Binary fission. A prokaryotic cell is being divided into two offspring cells.
In order for it to reproduce, the cell has to copy its DNA. Now, new cell walls form around the cell membrane, and the cell completely splits in half. Separatus.
What about cell division eukaryotes?
Well, that actually begins with the cell cycle. Cell cycle is basically what the different stages that a cell goes through. What are the two main phases in the cell cycle?
Aren't they interphase and cell division?
Very good. Now, what things make up interphase?
G1, S, and G2.
What are they?
G1 is the stage in a cell's life when the cell grows to maturity. The S phase is when the DNA within the cell is copied. Finally, G2 is when the cell gets ready to divide.
That was an excellent explanation. Are you still confused, Neville?
Well, wait a minute. Is there still such thing as the G0 phase?
G0 phase is when a cell reaches maturity but doesn't divide any further.
Oh, everything makes sense now.
Now, going into the depths of cell division is made up of mitosis and cytokinesis. Mitosis is when the DNA is duplicated, and cytokinesis is when the organelle and the cytosol is divided equally. Now, instead of explaining everything, I'll just do another spell. Eukarya! The eukaryotic cell starts off with the nucleolus, DNA, and centrosomes. The first stage of mitosis is prophase. The DNA forms into compact structures called chromosomes. The nuclear membrane then disappears. Next is metaphase. In metaphase, the chromosomes align in the middle of the cell and the mitotic spindle attaches to the chromosomes to equally divide the chromatids. Now, who can tell me about the cell division of plant cells?
Well, in plant cells, instead of a cleavage furrow being formed, vesicles from the Golgi apparatus join together at the middle of the dividing cell to form a cell plate. Eventually, a cell wall forms in between the two cells.
Alright, since we learned about how mitosis occurs, we're going to learn about what starts this whole cell division process. There are certain checkpoints that are placed throughout a cell's life that make sure that things are working properly. Where might these checkpoints be placed?
There's checkpoint 1 in G1, checkpoint 2 in G2, and checkpoint 3 in mitosis.
Excellent! These checkpoints are very crucial because they determine whether or not a cell is capable of going on to the next step through the help of proteins and enzymes. If they didn't have these checkpoints, the cell would grow uncontrollably.
It seemed easy enough. Let me try. Hocus pocus.
Look what you did. You knocked down all of the checkpoints. The cell is growing uncontrollably now. What are we going to do?
Neville, you created cancer! Hocus hocus! That was a close call.
Oh my gosh, Neville.
Whoopsie.
We're out.